Hello, today we're going to simplify some exponential expressions with negative exponents and fractional exponents and possibly fractional bases. Yeah, let's do one with a fraction base too. So before we do these, I will have to remind you that x to the power of negative 1 is equal to 1 over x. In other words, negative exponents imply a reciprocal effect. And x to the 1 over n is the nth root of x. So a fraction exponent represents a radical. So let's look at the expression 8 to the negative 2/3. Let's take that base of 8 and put it through the ringer. We'll put it through the three different things that are technically going on in that exponent. So when I like to do these, I always like to look at it as like 8, 3, 2, negative. So it kind of cycles itself around. So in the first stage, we take the 8, and the 3 in the denominator of the fraction indicates that what we should be performing is a cube root, because recall that a fraction exponent represents a radical. So what is the cube root of 8? Of course, that is 2, because 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. In the next stage, in the green, we get into the actual numerator of the fraction, and that represents a squaring effect, or power of 2. So when we raise the number 2 to the power of 2, we get the number 4. And finally, in the last stage, the blue stage, we do have a negative sign there, and recall that a negative exponent implies reciprocal. So take the number 4, and we reciprocal to make it 1/4. So the final answer to the problem is 1/4 by performing first the cube root in red, then the squaring in green, and then the reciprocation in the blue. As an additional example, let's consider the number, or 1/12, never mind, that number doesn't come out very nicely. Let's do 1/25. So 1/25 in the same kind of way. I got 1/25 as my beginning number, and we're going to perform the three stages to it. The first stage would be going to the 2 in the denominator, and a 2 in the denominator would represent a square root. So the square root of 1/25 is 1/5. Second stage, exponent, the numerator. The numerator is the green power here means that we need to now raise to the power of 3. In other words, we have to cube something. And the number 1/5 cubed would be 1 over 125. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. Finally, in the last stage, come around and we have a negative on the exponent, so that implies reciprocation or reciprocal, and the reciprocal of 1 over 125 is 125, and that's the final answer. That seems to be going off the screen, so let me put it there.